Okay, smells like incense, and that's because I got the citronella popping. I'm gonna roam through. I think it's graduation night, so you might hear some random youthful screaming. So here on the table I have rose, my tom thumb peas. These are more tom thumb peas. I just have some succession planted because I need seeds. I literally planted my last of the last of my tom thumb seeds to literally collect seeds from those, and that's it. Here's Hazel and Jolly, these fraternal twins here. Here's Jolly over here, wanting to be in a bigger pot. Here are herbs. Not sure what that is. I did plant thyme and parsley in here though, so that may be what it is. Not sure. I have my string beans here. There's Jolly here in the grow bag and Hazel in the grow bag. I have each of them in this little pot, and then I have each of them in a grow bag. Both are doing well. Kahunas. This is used to be my cucumber bed, but I've turned this into the kahuna bed. I have Jashir over here. She's unhappy. I'm not sure if she's being overwatered or what's going on, but I'm gonna let her do whatever she do. This is garlic, and I have 3 red onions in the front here. Yeah, I'm just gonna let that garlic do what it do. If I need to, I will bring it into the garage to overwinter. This is brinjal, and it is an Indian eggplant. It's supposed to be very creamy and flavorful. This is round zucchini. I'm growing it just because it looks like it will take up less space than regular zucchini. This is brandy, and this is my brandy boy tomato. And also in this kahuna bed I have onions planted between all of the peas. A bunch of stuff going on here. A lot of lessons learned that I will share on a later date. I water them each individually, and then I use that water from the base to grow these. Look at this. This stevia is really doing the thing. Actually, Mr. brought me some of that because he remembered me growing them before. He clearly does not remember me hating it. So what I'm going to try to do this time though is maybe use the fresh leaves to sweeten. Round zucchini. This is actually a snow pea that I thought didn't make it, and it did. So there's that. Oh, I said I was going to do this another time. Look at this okra. Yeah, I got some backup planted right there. Candy, and she is really doing the most on all of her branches. She has some leaves popping out. I think I might lollipop her tomorrow. Salad bed. I actually cast all kinds of seeds throughout this whole bed, and so eventually I hope this to be a beautifully overwhelming salad bed with enough lettuce for all of us to have a salad every day. Kahuna's up as well. I'm gonna feed everything tomorrow, I think, too. Sharita. And that's Kajari. She still hasn't popped up. I might go ahead and try to germinate her in a paper towel again and just put the whole paper towel in this bean. Oh, here's my table viola. It smells good. It smells like perfume. Alright, there's Sunny right there. I think I might still water. Yeah, Mr. would want me to. He got this new hose set up. I think he was doing the most, but you know, I'm gonna go ahead and water these. Look what I did. I'm so sorry, Rose. I actually I changed her saucer because she had a big saucer under her and it was oversized and it was causing these brown stains on the porch. So I used a smaller saucer and then I just put it on top of her. I'm sorry, girl. I would hate to think that I was grabbing for the hose and it wound up being animal. So yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and water these. These are all the hostas that we just planted. Actually, I'm sure they're all established. I watered them for 2 days straight. Probably don't need another water, but that's what I'm doing because I don't want no smoke. Um, this is an okra, and I did have some carrots around it. I had black carrots in one and purple carrots in the other. Over there, those are my okra. This is Rose. I'm gonna give her a good watering today. I may feed these things, maybe not. This is my herb planter. I'm gonna come up here and add some herbs to it. Yeah, I'm gonna add quite a few things. There's Ruby. She refused to die. And Mr. actually painted the water meter. And he got some paint and it wound up matching perfectly, matching the color of the house because our blue has kind of faded to a little gray. So perfect. Oh, that was the mailman. I thought it was a neighbor. And I just saw the car kind of I saw the vehicle pull over and stop. It seemed like it looked at me and then stopped. Yeah, if we haven't met in 20 years, then we don't need to meet today. Mr. knows a couple of people, but yeah, no. No. This is the money tree. It's got some leaves dropping. I'm not sure why. I didn't feed it. Maybe it needs food. I did water it, but I didn't give it any food, and it hasn't had any in forever, I don't think. Here's my planter. I just went ahead and decided to stick with, I'm going to use sweet potato greens for this planter, and I'm going to let it just vine and wind up really nice. And I don't even know why I said plural because I only need one. But I was thinking about putting one in this corner and one in that corner. Maybe I still will because that is looking really pretty. And I like to use these leaves sometimes if I don't have any leaves to use in my dinner or whatever. I'll use these leaves. But, this time of year, I got plenty of greens. The ginseng ficus, it has been looking pitiful since we got it. I'm going to ask Mr. how he feels about pruning it back because I think that this is getting a little stringy. This is definitely a bonsai. Either he or I need to do more research on how to care for it. This is my flowers going on its third week. It really held up nicely. But I'm no stranger to taking care of flowers because Mr. has made sure that I have had plenty of practice throughout the decades of marriage. Why do bees like evergreen buds? Anybody know? Anyway, I guess I could just Google it or look it up, huh? And in front of that planter down there in this vendetta, it's a vendetta planter just like this one. V for vendetta, that's why I call it that. If you saw the movie, you know why. If you know me and you saw the movie, you know why I call it that. But anyway, there are red onions, and I will show you the same setup on the other side. This one gets a lot of shade, so it's gonna give me a very clear determination of a particular plant and how much it does or doesn't prefer shade, if that makes any sense. Yes, I do lock the screen and the storm door and the 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 door every time. Yes, it's annoying. Ah, look at Peppa. She's showing out. Hopefully her homegirl, that's oregano back there, hopefully she is too. How you doing? Oh, for anybody who wants to know, like I know a lot of people are participating in an herb garden challenge this season. but just something I just wanted to mention, just to anybody with ears to hear it. If not, I mean, some people have other preferences that are ideal for them. But when I create my herb planters, I always put mint in its own separate container. I'm actually considering putting the pineapple sage in its own container, just because I know pineapple sage gets voluptuous as well. It doesn't do like mint does and choke everything out, but it gets voluptuous still. So I'm considering putting that in its own planter as well. But I may also put it in. Eventually, I'm going to get a piece of everything, and I'm going to have a double planting of the herbs in that planter and also in another one back here. That's my pineapple sage. And then that's purple sage, which I don't use sage, but why not? Why not? Don't be a hater. I'm a smudge hoe. We can use all the help we can getting these bullshit energies out of our lives in this particular shithole country, right? Am I right? Am I right? Am I right? Oh, speaking of, let me dose up. I'm going to go change this water again and dose up. Except I'm going to dose up with cannabis this time. I mean, not cannabis. It's all cannabis. But I'm going to dose up with THC this time. Y'all know I was just doing CBD only so far. But just put it on each one for about 3 to 5 minutes. Each new one, rather. I'm sorry, girl. Look what I did to her. Oh, girl. I'm so sorry. She would be as voluptuous as these right now if I wouldn't have done that. And I use this to take off my sneakers, and I pick them up, and then I take them and put them on this mat, slip them back on, and magically I'm back at it. So here we have my kahuna string beans. Like I said, in every season, of course, I found a bigger bean. And now, it occurred to me, I just thought, why we don't grow long beans instead of green. I went out of my way to find the kahunas because I wanted something longer than the tenderettes, because they're about as big as they sound like they are. Very nice green beans, but they're a little smaller, especially if you're planning on sharing and feeding people. So I said, well, I can find some bigger ones. And so I found the big kahunas, and they get about 11 inches long. Perfect. I was so impressed. Very impressed. Still am. But then I thought about the long beans that we all often see on the internet. And I saw, Asian communities growing them. And it's not like they were growing them in the field. They had little gardens like we do. Why can't, the zone is not an issue, because y'all know I will bend over backwards to figure out how to make to grow a tropical bitch in this zone. I don't care. I'm gonna figure that shit out. But anyway, this is Just Share, the Jamaican cherry, strawberry tree, and not sure what her deal is. Y'all know she's weird. This is her first time in a planter though, so she might behave better in the planter than she did in a grow bag, because we have learned in Blackity Gardens that grow bags are not for trees. They are not for trees, and they are not for trees. They can grow you something nice size, and they can grow you something voluptuous, but if you're growing a tree in a grow bag, it's going to suffer at some point. It's liable to suffer at some point. That's not a fact. That's the potential I see from what I have experienced. Here's the rose. This is what the one in the front is supposed to look like before I smother her to death. All damn near to death. So that's what she's supposed to look like. Oh boy, she'll probably end up being more voluptuous than this one, just from the stress. Oh look, the moon. It's not that late, is it? It's only like 2 in the afternoon. So here are my Tom Thumb peas. I'm letting them grow for seeds. I'm not going to eat any of them, I don't think, unless I get the seeds soon enough and then just replant them again in this very planter again, which is my intention, quite frankly. So I'm going to get the seeds from these. I'm going to utilize those to potentially grow Tom Thumb peas in all the planters. Well, in both of these planters. I'm probably going to edit it, the whole brainstorming session out, so you're welcome. Unless somebody just wants to want some gardening ASMR. You'll see, the reason why I chose these things is because I wanted something that could tolerate drought. So okra and roselle definitely can tolerate drought, as can verbena, but I think verbena might not like the direct sun so much. So yeah, I'm gonna plant some more cilantro there. Just saw and felt a car. I just felt and saw a neighbor's car pull up. It really was a neighbor's that time. So back we go. I'm hungry. I know that's random, but I did have a little grapefruit, orange sides grapefruit. Y'all know my grapefruits have been orange sides for the last 3 shopping trips. When I get a bag of grapefruit, they're just orange sides, which is fine because I'll just eat the whole thing and use the rinds for the citrus stew. It's always something over here, ain't it? But it's always something sustainable. I had this freezer full of banana skins from the winter that I need to put in my compost bucket. Some of you know how I do my compost. And it's tea, my baby water bug. You're my baby. I'm enjoying this. Thank y'all for being here for it. I just haven't had a perusal of the garden. This is my first time just being able to peruse the garden. Not in a particular hurry, not trying to do any particular thing, but wanting to clear up. I'm gonna just go out here and move it right quick because they're not leaving.